this, I decided we could delineate those things, right? We had the university and we have revolution. So if we're going to ask the question of what the university is, in this limited time, then we can ask, what's a revolution? So, student movements have had a lot to do with revolutions. I think you're going to talk a little bit about this. No? Okay. So I wanted to take something from Marx and talk about theory. There's been a lot happening down here lately, and there's been a lot coming up around the world in these Occupy movements. A response to what's happening has been a challenge to theory, to say that actually what we need is more thinking, we need more theory. And we've seen that in our own experiences. We've seen that in particular yesterday with what happened. And the way in which a kind of migration away from the camp by students because of what we've just been talking about, material conditions, exams, having to have term papers, etc. We've seen the way that actual ideas have kind of slipped away from, slipped out of focus a little bit in the camp. So the idea is that theory is capable of seizing the masses once it demonstrates ad hominem, and it demonstrates ad hominem once it becomes radical. To be radical is to grasp matters at their root, but for man the root is man himself. Forgive the language, but as we know, Marx was writing in the 19th century. So I'm thinking at this point, a revolution is something that grabs something from underneath and uproots it completely. So if a revolution is to take place in the university, then the enactment from the world of ideas comes back to the material conditions to uproot that completely. However, I've got a warning from Paulo Freire, and this is a warning to us as student activists. He warns of the crisis of the pure activist who operates without critical reflection. Leaders should not treat the oppressed as mere activists to be denied the opportunity of reflection and allowed merely the illusion of acting, whereas in fact they would continue to be manipulated, and in this case by the presumed foes of manipulation. Freire believed that by eliminating the reflective process from activism, organisers may actually perpetuate the very problems they purport to address. And I believe this is the situation we find ourselves within the occupation.
Totally agree.
The sadness of a revolutionary moment in which merely imitates a symbolic order, and take for instance the London riots, an eventual rupture that produced a violent simulacra of the situation. And I can give you another example, but I was just thinking through this in terms of our own revolutionary movement on the campus, and our interaction with Stu yesterday. My concern is that Stu's genteel interaction with us becomes, in a sense, a way of him clearing a space for us to be pseudo-student activists.
In the same way as you could say that the cooperation of the council does the same thing.
Exactly. The example that I had, and Colin will be familiar with this, but